I'm
So we
ready.
here with another episode of Spotlight Sports Talk with a few of my colleagues here. I got my man Trevor, got my homie Nakia. We
So
are here to do week 3 picks. I'm gonna go straight into the 1 o'clock games, but the 1 o'clock games I actually got on my list here. So
gotcha.
let's just get into it. The NFC South is another showdown. The New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons. Now with this
Oh
game, it's in Atlanta. It's another dome game. This is going to be a shootout to me. I think it's going to be over 50 for me combined as a
the
collective.
whole game. Yeah,
But
definitely.
I feel like with this game, this game is tough to call. It's tough to call knowing you got Matt Ryan and Drew Brees in the same building with the weapons that they have. Calvin Ridley is definitely coming on to be something really great. And Michael Thomas, I'm happy I got him in my
You
fantasy.
can't.
Yeah,
He's like another Julio who you can't guard. Julio is
He's a
just
Julio
you.
of a
You
short.
can't guard Julio. You can contain him, but you can't physically guard him. When he played us, we held him to 10 carries, 69 yards, and I'm just like he's. You can't. What can you do? You can't. But Michael Thomas is another something special.
He's
Him and
a shorter
him and
receiver
Breeze.
too. Yeah, he's a shorter receiver too, and he's like doing the Julio things as a shorter receiver. I do like Alvin Kamara. I like the running back game for this game period. I think both of them going to get over 100 yards period. Alvin Kamara could do it all. Let's just put it out there. He could do it all. He's a top 3 back in the NFL. And I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I really want to go with the Saints, but Matt Ryan and how he is at home, he's unstoppable right now at home. So I'm going with the Falcons here. I'm going 21-50.
see, I'm gonna go with the Saints only because I know the Falcons have had a lot of injuries on the offensive line, and especially on defense. Without Keanu Neal, I just feel like Drew Brees is gonna light it up. As far as the pass game with the Browns, like I know the Browns are an up and coming team, but for them to go tit for tat with the Saints, Saints not being able to move the ball as well, I feel like that was a fluke on the defensive part for the Saints. I feel like they're much better than what they've been showing. I mean, yeah, Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, I think Julio will still get his regardless who's on him. But I feel like Marshawn Lattimore will be able to slow him down a little bit more. And just with the injuries on the offensive line for the Falcons, I think the Saints are definitely going to be able to get to Matt Ryan. We all know Matt Ryan has fumbleitis. Once he gets hit, when he steps up, like I feel like in big games, Matt Ryan just finds a way to lose them. You know what I mean? Like whether it's fumbles, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but it's just like the okey doke plays, like strip sack or something like that. I feel like the Saints will be able to exploit that. So I'm gonna roll with the Saints. I say 30-20. 30-20.
I got the Saints winning, but it's not gonna be by much. But one thing about Breeze, he gets down, he comes back. Just think of him in the Tampa Bay game. Who would have thought Tampa Bay was gonna light him up like that? And they only end up losing by 8. It was 48-40.
Yep.
Breeze, that's one thing about Breeze. Like he's a good quarterback to have on your team. Like he makes no name receivers name receivers.
Right.
He had Ginn. He had who? We didn't know who Michael Thomas was. Look at before Marcus Colston was there. Nobody knew who Marcus Colston was.
I knew who Michael Thomas was. He went to Ohio State, by the way. Just
But once Ingram comes back, that 1-2 tandem they're gonna have again. But I got the Saints winning by like at least maybe like a touchdown.
See, my thing is this. I feel like with the Falcons, I think Ryan has more weapons than Breeze right now. I mean, Ben Watson is the tight end for the Saints, but he has not really been getting any looks. And Austin Hooper is like another safety blanket outside of Julio Jones because Mohamed Sanu, he's okay. He gets it when he gets it. Calvin Ridley is finally getting his feet wet as a rookie. And then you got Tevin Coleman that can catch the football out the backfield just like Kamara. That's why I give the Falcons a little upper hand just because of the tight end position. Gotcha. Defensively, I think the Falcons are still a little bit better than the Saints because if the Browns can do what you do on what they did on them, then yeah, I actually like the Falcons a little bit better over the Saints in that.
Understand.
We got the Packers going to the Redskins today. On 1:00 game. This is I'm gonna let y'all go on this game because I mean this is an easy pick, but at the same time you just don't know it's the NFL. So
see, in this case, I would go with the Packers. The Redskins, I actually had high hopes for, especially after Adrian Peterson's first game. I felt like they were going to be one of the teams to beat, and then the last game, man, they let me down. They couldn't score, they couldn't do anything. And as far as the Packers go, we all know Aaron Rodgers is going to get his. But from what I've seen about the reports, he feels like his knee's really bummed out. He doesn't know if he's going to be able to hold up or how long his knee is going to cause him pain or change his playing style. Either way, regardless of the knee, hurt or not, you got Aaron Jones coming back. You know what I mean? So he'll be able to run the ball on the Redskins. And I really feel like the Packers will keep them on their toes. The Redskins, I don't know what I'm getting from them because they seem like a good team. They have Alex Smith, you know what I mean? Jordan Reed is his Travis Kelce. You know, Alex Smith was always feeding Travis Kelce, so they would always move the ball. But Jordan Reed's been getting his catches, but he hasn't had the impact that I thought he would have, especially since he's healthy now. You know, and you have a good running game with Adrian Peterson. You have third down back in Thompson. But overall, I would have to go with the Packers just because you can't count Aaron out. You know what I mean? Regardless of what they're down, how much time's left, you can't count them out. So I'm going with the Packers.
In the words of Stephen A. Smith, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. That game, who would have thought, somebody going out on a cart, you would never see them come back the way he did. It's just like when he came back, the offensive line blocked, other players around him. Like he has to be out there. No, DeShone Kizer, but no offense to him, it's just like Aaron Rodgers is the leader on that team, and that gets everybody going. Did you see how Adams and Kyle was catching, and Jimmy Graham was involved, and Allison? Like, but his knee might not hold up. They said he even said it might get worse. Each time he plays, we don't know how long he's gonna be in there and out there for it. But as long as he's out there, I'm putting my money on 12. So I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
I'm going to go with Green Bay as well, but I want to say something to the Redskins. Understand you got Adrian Peterson, but you got to get Chris Thompson more involved. I mean, he puts up 20 points in fantasy all the time. Cool, but it's at the end of the game. We need Chris Thompson more involved. If you can't get Jordan Reed the ball or Jamison Crowder or Dotson at them, your next option is Chris Thompson. As far as the Packers defense, that's where my concern is with them, which it always been because Matthew's there in age. They brought Tremaine Williams back. He's like 38, still trying to play corner. That's just me. That's just me. But you can't count Aaron Rodgers out. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, and Jimmy Graham, and the only way Aaron Rodgers could be out there if they get the running game going. That's the one thing. He can't go for 40, 50 times on one leg. He can't do it. So they're going to have to change their playing philosophy. They're going to have to change their strategy, or like if it want to run a stretch play, he can't get out there. It got to be I formation or single back to where he could just turn around and just hand the ball off and let the rest do what it do. Offensive line got to block if he's going to be out there. But I'm going with the Packers. I would say like 30-17. I think Alex Smith's still going to have a good game, knowing the fact that the Packers defense is not that tremendous to me. Alex Smith still could put up the numbers and still be efficient. So I'm still going with the Packers here. So that's a 3-0 there for us. The Philadelphia Eagles are home against the Indianapolis Colts. I actually like this game. I won't think it will be a blowout. I actually like how the Colts been playing with, when Andrew Luck's been coming back. I just think T.Y. Hill, they need more than T.Y. Hill. And Jack Doyle's not really doing anything, but Eric Ebron, that was a good pickup for the Indianapolis Colts, and he's been a good red zone for them. They don't have no Frank Gore anymore, but I think none of that is going to change anything, knowing the fact that the Eagles' defense is going to be stout after the horrible defense they played last week against Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is the Eagles' killer. That's what he calls himself now. And I'm gonna still go with the Eagles because Wentz is coming back, and hopefully y'all get Alshon Jeffrey back as well. We don't know if Jay Ajayi's playing, but I'm still gonna go with the Eagles here because the Colts' offensive line is just not that good. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 24-14 Eagles.
All right. Well, our receiving core, is a little banged up. We did sign Jordan Matthews back. I don't know if I'm too happy about that, but at the same time, it's like he does know the offense. He was Wentz's go-to guy when he was there. So they already have that connection. So you got Corey Clement, who can. You see how he can run. He can definitely catch out the backfield. He's the number one reading receiver in the Super Bowl, had over 100 yards. So definitely Corey can catch out the backfield. As far as Jai, I think he's playing. Not exactly sure. But you got to establish the run game first because, they're going to be expecting Wentz to, try to run and do what he do. So this is when you got to get Ertz involved. You got to get Aguilar involved. You got to get the new tight end we drafted involved, who's like another Ertz. Use him. Yeah. You don't have no receivers. And Goddard's not that bad. So you got to use him. And then we don't got JP. JP just needs to retire. he looked. How you gonna be an offensive lineman? You look overweight. Like JP had his years. How you a lineman and you overweight and look out of shape? Like, come on.
But he was out the majority of last season, so he was.
You're supposed to be Carson Wentz's blind side. Like you're supposed to be protecting him. Like you can't if you always hurt.
Right.
I still got the Eagles winning.
What you got them winning by?
Like I said, they'll get the luck because the offensive line for Indianapolis sucks. And then our secondary is suspecty. But I got maybe 30, about 35, maybe 13.
So you think Carson Wentz is going to tear it up, huh?
No, if it's going to be a mixture. It's going to be him throwing, and I think they're going to get the running game involved a little bit more.
Okay.
And for me, I'm definitely going to say the Eagles. I actually like your score of 24-14. Mm-hmm. So I'll go 24-13, just because I feel like Vinatieri is always going to get his. You know what I mean? If they get past the 50, Vinatieri is going to kick his field goals. But as far as scoring touchdowns go, I don't know. Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines running the ball, and they're not going to do anything against the Eagles. If anything, it's going to have to be through T.Y. Get a matchup T.Y. on Jalen Mills or something like that. You see how it happened with Deshaun. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they do something like that. I mean, outside of T.Y., probably the most productive receiver or anybody on the offense would be Eric Ebron. And I feel like Eagles' stout run defense is definitely going to shut them out. From what I heard, Ajayi, they're like 50-50 on if he's going to play or not. So they're going to use a lot more of Corey Clement, who I like the most. I like Corey Clement better out of any running back they have. To me, he's the next Brian Westbrook, and they underutilize him. Every game that they give him over 5 or 6 touches, he's going to score a touchdown receiving. He's going to get you a 15, 20-yard run. I feel like if he starts, then their offense is just going to continue to improve. But I think Wentz comes back. I'll give him 2 touchdowns, probably 2 touchdowns, get him a field goal. But I don't think he's going to do too much as far as like throwing 4 TDs or anything like that. I don't think it's going to go. But I'll have the Eagles at 24-13. 24-13, 24-16.
Now, my thing with Carson Wentz is that I want to see him mobile. Like, if he gets under pressure, is he going to run out, or is what he's going to do? That's my only thing with him. I know they bringing him back week 3. Me personally, I feel like it's a rush to bring him back just because what happened in the Tampa Bay game with Nick Foles. Wish Nick Foles brought them back in the game anyway.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to see what Wentz can do. You know, he got to redeem himself. You know, he was supposed to be that Super Bowl MVP, not Nick Foles. So
yeah, definitely.
So we got this is an absolute winner for me. The Minnesota Vikings are at home against the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. Now, let's get into this before we get into this game.
This is a blowout.
Vontae Davis. He decided to retire at halftime, y'all.
Yeah, that was
At halftime
mad disrespectful.
I felt like it's a slap in the face to the organization. It's a slap in the face to the NFL. It's just a slap in the face to being a teammate. Understand that you're going through growing pains with the Bills, but that's what you signed up for. That's what you signed the contract for. You knew. I understand they went to the playoffs last year, and you went off that. They was a one and done at that time, but they went to the playoffs. But still, at the end of the day, you should play with your teammates. Period. You should play with them. You should play with you. You should want to play with them. Period. I just felt like it was disrespectful. And he said that he was out there. He felt like he couldn't play anymore. You could have waited to the end of the game to say that.
Right, exactly.
At halftime, like that. What is y'all input on this? Because this is
he went on Instagram and had this long behind post. You couldn't say that in front of your teammates. Like, when I go to social media and say all that stuff, you couldn't say that to your teammates. You couldn't wait till after the game. You couldn't have been like, hey, y'all, you know what? I enjoyed, my time. But, my body, my mind ain't in this. I can't do this no more. You don't leave your brothers out there. It's like you leaving them out to dry. Like, granted, did you leave because they were losing? What? Like, if
I think it was.
I'm Vernon Davis and you my brother, I don't want to be your brother no more because you don't do that. You don't do that.
But this was the thing I don't understand. He came from the Indianapolis Colts, which is no different of a football team. Both defenses are bad. So why you didn't retire then?
Right.
That's not to defend Vontae, but to tell you the truth, I can't stand Sean McDermott. Like, as a head coach, like, all the decisions that he's made up to now have just been bad. And he was the Panthers defensive coordinator for a while. He's the Eagles defensive coordinator for a while. Mm-hmm. Once he became head coach, like the whole thing with Tyrod, starting Nathan Peterman, over Tyrod Taylor when you're in playoff contention, you know what I mean? Like, and you all know what he did. He came out, he threw like 4 interceptions the first half, and he decided to keep him in. And then he had the nerve to start him in the season opener, and you saw how that went.
Over Josh Allen, which I was kind of
mad. Just start Josh Allen from the start. No, he ain't going well. He's a better person. He's a better quarterback.
His decision making's just been bad, like all around bad. And it's funny because I feel like every time the Panthers drop a player, he's the first to pick him up. Like Mike Tolbert picked him up. Mm-hmm. Traded for a 3rd-round pick for Kelvin Benjamin. Got Kelvin. Drafted the guy that the Panthers were heavily interested in, the lineman. I forget his name, but I feel like he was trying to build his own
Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, and it's like you can understand the points in doing that, but like they're old. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tolbert's like 32, 33. He wasn't even running the ball as much or blocking as much on the Panthers anymore. You know what I mean? And Kelvin, you saw how that is. Like, I seriously not like Kelvin, man. Like, I felt like his first couple of years with Cam were good. His whole attitude with that whole situation just bummed me out. I don't like the Bills at all. We all know they're the worst team in the league, and I think it's just going to get worse from here.
So they do play the Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota. Kirk Cousins is going to get a bounce back. He's going to have a bounce back game. I know him throwing that pick against Green Bay hurt him bad.
Yeah.
Hurt him bad. I think he's going to light it up against them with Stephon Diggs, Rudolph, Thielen, Dalvin Cook. That offensive line and that defense, I don't see the Bills scoring at all. I'm saying 35-0 Vikings.
They'd probably get a field goal. I'll give them a field goal at least.
I'll give them 2 field goals just because I feel like the Vikings will be up so much, they're going to pull Kirk Cousins out of there. I'm saying by like 3rd quarter, Kirk's going to be out of there. Kirk, Dalvin, they'll probably keep a receiver like Laquan Treadwell, get some reps in or something like that. You know what I mean? Let the defensive starters get some time on the sidelines. That's when I'll get them that extra field goal. But it's definitely a blowout.
I got the triple stack with Minnesota, so I'm going to have a good time in fantasy this week.
But let me take that back, because I think Josh Allen might do better than what I am expecting. Mm. He might do better. He's not going to win the game, but I think he's going to do better. I think he's going to throw at least, I'll say passing yards. I'll say almost 200. Not quite, but I say almost 200 passing yards. depending on if Kelvin Benjamin shows up, and we don't know what's going on with LaShawn McCoy either, knowing the fact that he hurt.
I think he got like a rib injury or something like that. So,
and it wasn't even from another. It wasn't even from the defense. It was from his own offensive lineman that fell on his ribs.
Horrible.
Snapping.
Crazy. So I'm gonna still have him about 35, but I say 35 to. I'm gonna give him a touchdown. I'll give him one touchdown. 35.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That happened in the fourth quarter when nobody's in.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, if the Bills win this game, it'd be nothing short of a miracle. Like, there's no way I could see anything. LaShawn ain't been able to run. They ain't been able to pass. Nothing. So they need to do a whole bunch of rebuilding, and I don't know if Sean McDermott is the coach to do it.
Well, he wasn't that good of a coach in Philadelphia or in Carolina. I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't like top notch for him to be a head coach.
Nah, definitely not. Nope.
So we up to my game now. The Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to let y'all two go first because, I'm the Raiders fan. I'm going to let y'all know why we going to win, but I'll let y'all go first.
Okay, so to tell you the truth, I'm actually split on this game because I know the Raiders under John Gruden, last game improved tremendously. Like Derek Carr completed 80% of his passes or – you know what I mean? Something like that. Not a lot of downfield passes, but it showed that with that system, Amari Cooper was able to capitalize. I think he went over 100 yards last game, had a TD. So I can tell Gruden's definitely getting to Derek Carr and helping him improve. I feel like if they can get the running game going just a little bit more, I like Marshawn Lynch, you know what I mean? But I feel like they need some explosiveness in the running game or get a player that could catch and run. Get them a nice third down back. I feel like they'd be able to move the ball. Defense, they haven't been able to get a lot of pass rush, but that's understandable, when you trade your best player away on defense. But I feel like the Dolphins have been stepping up. If I'm not mistaken, I think they might be 2-0 right now. Are they 2-0?
Yep, 2-0.
2-0. So I feel like the Dolphins have stepped up a lot with Tannehill back. I'm gonna say it's a close game, but
listen,
it's a coin toss. It's a coin toss. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like is it at Miami too?
Yeah, it's at Miami.
See, I feel like Tannehill does, even though Jarvis Landry's departed, I feel like they still have good players on offense. Like you have Kenny Stills, I think is gonna have a game. I really think he's gonna have a good game. I'll give him 80 yards at TD. And then with it depends because if they can get the running game going with Frank Gore and Kenyon Drake for a while and keep Derek Carr off the field, I say they could win. But I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna say 27-24 Dolphins. I'm gonna say 27-24 Dolphins.
So I actually got Oakland winning this game because they're down 0-2. They're not going to go down 0-3. They got to get Marshawn involved some more. We already know Derek Carr has Amari Cooper and Jared Cook is starting to show up. That last game he showed out big, but they couldn't pull out that win. You get Cook involved. Cook is a big tight end. You get Cook involved. You get the beast mode running. And defense just has to hold him and step up. You gotta stop Tannehill. You gotta get to him. You get to him, he's gonna get rattled. So and then you got Amendola, but Amendola's Amendola. But yeah, I do have Oakland winning this game. I got him by a touchdown. Like I said, it's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be close, but I got him winning. So I say 28-21.
Okay. Now, I like what Trevor said about the running backs and having a third down back. That's why I think Jalen Richard should come in at third down back. And we do have Doug Martin back there as well that could be more explosive than Marshawn Lynch. I think he could be a third down back too. I think he could be a first and second down back depending on the package that you put him in. That's just me. I feel like with the Oakland Raiders, we need to get Jordy Nelson involved. Period. There's no way we have him on the opposite side of Amari Cooper and Jared Cook, and we don't utilize him like he was in Green Bay. I understand you're concerned about his injuries. He's slow. He's getting old, but he can still catch the football. He can still run good routes. So you having Jordy Nelson there, it takes a lot off Amari Cooper. That's why Amari Cooper had a lot of, opens with, the defense last week. So this is my thing. If our defense, which honestly, I think our corners are fine. It's our front seven or the front four is our issue. We could cover. We got Rogers Cromartie back there. We got Reggie Nelson back there. We got old ass Leon Hall. I'm just because he is old, but he can still cover it like in nickel packages. And we got some young guys like there. The guy what's his name that came from Ohio State? I forgot the corner's name. Clowney. His last name Conley or something like that.
Oh, Garyon Conley.
Yeah, I couldn't get his name, but he's actually there too. I actually do like the Raiders winning this game. It's going to be a tough win because Miami got Frank Gore now. They got a nice little running game with Kenny Stills, and then Tannehill. He's coming off of a bad injury. He's been out of football for almost around the same time as Andrew Luck. The Dolphins are nobody to play with. I'm sorry. I think they are an up-and-coming team in the AFC East, and we need to get ourselves together for the AFC West because the Chargers is looking good, the Chiefs is looking good, and we just lost to Denver, which that was just a bad game for us. We should have won that game. But I do like the Raiders in this game by a field goal. I'm going 20-23. Derek Carr does a fourth quarter comeback, and we get a kicker that get us in at least about a 25-yard line, kick it in, and win the game. So it won't be a blowout. I'm going 23-20 Oakland Raiders here over Miami Dolphins. This is going to be an interesting game coming up at 1 o'clock as well. You have the Ravens at home against the Denver Broncos. This is a great game. I think this game is going to turn out.
It's a division game, too?
No, it's not a division game.
No, it's not a division. No.
Yeah, the Ravens are in the AFC North. But the Ravens, they coming off a loss on Thursday night versus the Bengals, which I thought the Ravens were going to win by a landslide. I have this is tough, but I'm sorry, but I haven't seen Case Keenum on the road yet. His first two games has been home. I haven't seen him on the road yet. I think he plays worse on the road than he does at home. That's how he was in Minnesota. He played real bad in the NFC Championship game on the road. He played really bad there. But I really do like the Ravens defense. I think it's going to be a bounce-back game. I got the Ravens winning. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game because both defenses are just great. I'm gonna go like 14-10. I can't trust Flacco and I can't trust Keenum, so I'm going defensively 14-10.
Me personally, I would say it's a low-scoring game too. I would say as far as the Ravens go, I feel like Flacco's he's been up and down. First game, it's good. Second game, bad. He's playing against the Broncos pass rush where that whole team is acting as a unit. So you have Chubb, and then, of course, you have Von Miller causing havoc. Mm-hmm. The only thing is I feel like with Denver, their running backs, I like Philip Lindsay a lot. He's small, but he's already rushed for over 100 yards. The one game had both combined receiving and rushing. I think it's going to be tough for him to do it against the Ravens defense. But if I had to say, I would say Broncos win the game 17-10 over the Ravens just because I feel like they have more firepower than the Ravens do. Like Ravens, you have Crabtree, who's a possession receiver. John Brown's been balling too, but I just don't think that opportunity to throw a deep pass is going to be there with the pressure that Flacco's been on. Like the one game I watched with the Ravens, man, their offensive line couldn't hold it. It was against the Bengals. They couldn't hold anything for 2 seconds. Flacco was getting smashed. And like I said, I think Flacco's a solid QB, but against the rush and that line, I don't think they'll be able to get too much going. Running game's been non-existent, even though I like Alex Collins. Against the Broncos, I would say no. I mean, I think Case Keenum will struggle, but I feel like Philip Lindsay and what's his name? Running back for the Broncos will keep it going.
Royce Freeman,
yeah. Royce Freeman. I feel like that they'll get some goal. He'll get some goal line touches, punch one in, and I think they'll be set. I'm gonna go with the Broncos, 17-10.
I do like Denver in this. Lindsey, he's special. He definitely can run. Something they needed since C.J. Anderson left. Denver hasn't had that good running back. Where it is, they think about he might break Terrell Davis's record there. Lindsey. They have Emmanuel Sanders, who's balling. They have Demaryius Thomas on the other side, and then you got Von Miller. Von Miller's going to find a way to get to Joe Flacco. So I do like Denver. Again, it ain't going to be too much of a blowout, but Denver does got the game.
What's your score for that game?
I go 28-20.
Oh, you want a little bit high scoring with the defenses of the Ravens and the Broncos.
But you never, like, any given Sunday, you never know. Like, Flacco can put up the numbers. You do got, he does got Crabtree. He do have some weapons. Collins is okay. He hasn't been showing it, but who's to say that breakout? That might be their breakout. They might get Denver down. Who's to say they can contain them? But I still don't think they're going to beat Denver. So, but I got them. I got them losing by a touchdown or so.
All right. So we're going to get the Trevor's game. One other game. Carolina Panthers going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. I like this game. Like I said before, we did the recording. Like I said, I like this game. Andy Dalton and AJ Green actually showed out Thursday night against a great defense in the Baltimore Ravens. The running back game for the Bengals, Joe Mixon, he's going to be out. That's the key factor there because he just had to get minor knee surgery. So that's the key factor in that. Defensively, I think the Bengals are pretty good too, but I think it's not enough for Carolina. It's not enough with, you got, McCaffrey and DJ Moore actually scored last week. He's a Philly native, so shout out to DJ Moore. Shout out to DJ Moore. And Olsen, what is going on with him, man? He just cannot stay healthy. I think it makes your offense so much better having him because it opens it up for all the receivers. And then it helps out Cam because Cam don't have to do as much running. Like I feel like he doesn't need to like run knowing that he has Olsen there. But if no receiver you don't open, that's when he has to scramble. But I
also need a new foot. That's what he needs.
Yeah. I need a foot transplant. That's about it. Yeah, at least a foot transplant.
Yeah, he definitely needs a new foot. And Carolina is just a football team where I think they should have beat Atlanta last week. It's just like, on that fourth down, Olsen, it could have been him.
Right.
It could have been him. It would have been some – like that's why I said y'all missing – like Funches is good. Don't get me wrong. But he needs to elevate his game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's time for him to take it to the next level for him. But I still got the Panthers winning this game. I like Andy Dalton, but I can't trust Andy Dalton. I just can't. I mean, Tyler Eifert is not the same person over there. All he got is AJ Green. And the opposite side, I don't even know who the receiver is.
John Ross?
John Ross is a non-factor as of right now.
Crazy. All that talent that he has. He got speed for days.
I think it's just the speed. I think it's just the speed. I think he can't route run. That's my only issue with John Ross. He can't route run. So I do have the Panthers winning. I have them winning 28-17.
So I'm gonna be a little bit more generous to the Bengals, only because I know AJ Green's been balling out. When it comes to our secondary, they're always wishy-washy. I like what Dante Jackson did last week against the Falcons, but he did get scored on by his fellow rookie, Calvin Ridley, burnt him, got like a 15-yard touchdown. So I like Dante Jackson a lot. If he is going to be our cover corner, him with AJ Green is going to be pretty bad. So I think they might have James Bradbury on him. I think AJ Green's really going to go off. The bad thing for them is going to be third downs because you have Giovanni Bernard running on first and second down. Third down, he's going to have to step up, and he's going to be tired the whole game. The line is going to put a pounding on him. So I heard they signed Thomas Rawls too. So I guess they're doing that to ease, you know what I mean, his workload. But, I mean, I would say 26-20 Panthers, only because the Bengals will score late. I'll get him like a late either field goal or a touchdown. But other than that, I mean, I think our pass rush will be able to contain Andy Dalton, but I still think he'll have a good game, a solid game. I'll give him 2 TDs, 2 picks, something around there. But I think A.J. Green is going to have a big game. And I also think Boyd's going to have a big game. I think he plays slot. See, John Ross is more of a burner. Like, he was never supposed to be a top 10 pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he was never supposed to be that. So I feel like there was a lot of pressure on him coming out. But in all essence, he should have been a late first-round pick. So I don't think that he's polished enough to be a receiver. Like, I just think he's a deep go guy. You know what I mean? They can get him more involved in, like, the screen passes and stuff. But I don't think there'll be enough for Carolina. I think we win, I say 26-20, 26-17. But if I had to end it, I'll say 26-20.
See, and that's my thing. Like, knowing that we saw John Ross in the combine run that actual, what was that, 4.2 something?
4.24.
Yeah, 4.24, something like that. And the NFL scouts went off, and that's why he went so high.
Yep.
But that's for A.J. Green to be a leader on the football team and to, actually show, listen, this is how you got to do this. You got to see he got to learn how to disguise a corner or defense just like a quarterback does. So hopefully, John Ross will definitely get, better. So you going with the Panthers as well too, right, Nakia?
Yeah, I got the Carolina winning. Carolina's defense, the front is solid. You got Thomas Davis in there. Of course, you got Luke Kuechly there. But yeah, and then Cam himself. Cam can run too. So Cam is a big quarterback. It's hard to get him down. McCaffrey, y'all can use him out the backfield. He can catch, and then when you let him loose, he can run. C.J. Anderson's there as well, but I do like Carolina. So
I forgot about C.J. Anderson. I forgot that y'all got him.
Yup. I mean,
I think y'all should use him for first and second down.
That's what I think.
And have McCaffrey come in as a third down back, or have him in the slot. Because don't get me wrong, he can run in between the tackles, but
he can catch.
Anderson is that pounder that you need within 5 yards.
Definitely. Like, I feel like McCaffrey's good at the skill position. Like, his thing was catching, you know what I mean? Catching the ball out the backfield. In college, he was able to run through the tackles, but NFL is a totally different
right?
thing. You know what I mean? You're talking about linemen that, just stonewall you, like, out of nowhere. You can't run anywhere. And I feel like McCaffrey's a smaller back. I mean, they do compare him to LaShawn McCoy as far as build, but McCaffrey just doesn't have him between the tackles yet. And as far as our offense goes, like tight end position, I like Ian Thomas a lot. Like, I like them a lot coming out of college. And they just haven't been using him. I mean, DJ Moore, it shows you, like, his first catch was a 51-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to give him the ball at all, you know what I mean, for some reason. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, but we'll see.
That's what Atlanta did with Calvin Ridley. Like, the first game, they didn't want to give him the ball at all.
Right.
Second game, boom, he went off. Y'all got to give these young cats the ball. I understand you got your veterans, but you draft them for a reason. You put them in the starting lineup for a reason. You got to start them. You got to draft them. You got to play them. So we all got the Panthers winning in this game. Mind you, once I watched this, just to let y'all know, I'm going to make sure we do, like, what's the record going to be for this week, just to let y'all know that.
All right, bet. Yeah, I definitely keep that. I love the records.
Yeah, I like the records as well, too. I'll definitely like that. We got the Houston Texans home against the New York Giants. Now, Texas is coming off a hard loss versus the Tennessee Titans, and the Giants just came off a close loss to the Dallas Cowboys. So these both teams are looking for a win here, and they're going to be in Houston. And I'm really really feel bad for the Giants because now you played Dallas last week, and now you got to go to Houston. Like what is something against the Giants and the Texans and playing the Texans or playing Texas football or something? Like, I just don't know. But I'm gonna let y'all call this game first. I gotta think about it.
I got Houston bouncing back 0-2. Watson got to get together. He got one of the baddest receivers on his team in DeAndre Hopkins. course, he can't do it alone. You got to get the running game together. They just got to click overall. The defense isn't half bad. They have their defense isn't bad. You got Watt back. Hopefully, he stays uninjured. But Houston bounces back. As far as the Giants got Saquon Barkley, of course. He didn't do too good with Dallas last week, but I still think Houston will pull it off. As far as the Giants defense, they haven't been they haven't been bad. You got Jenkins, Janoris Jenkins back there. DRC not on there no more. But they
Landon Collins as well.
Yeah, and is it Apple?
Yeah, Apple. Yeah.
So they'll try to contain Hopkins. That's when you got to get the running game together. Hopkins has to Watson has to find his targets. But I like Houston in this game, beating the Giants. So let's say I'll give them 24-13.
And me, I'm gonna have to go with the Texans as well. I think it'll be a close game. Both teams are 0-2. Giants, I thought they had it. You know what I mean? I thought Eli just had a down year last year. I know his offensive line woes, but he has a running back now. You know what I mean? A little bit of run game. He had nothing to work with last year. So I was expecting bigger things for the Giants. And also for the Texans, they had a tough loss. I feel like Deshaun Watson's coming around. But to tell you the truth, I feel like Will Fuller is his number one receiver right now. Mm-hmm. Like, just Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller together has just been crazy. Like, even dating back from last year, it's 4 games with Will Fuller, 7 TDs. You know what I mean? Like, I think Will Fuller has become his favorite target. DeAndre Hopkins is DeAndre Hopkins. But with Will Fuller in the lineup, I think their offense is great. I like Lamar Miller. I just don't. I think he's a 3-down back, but I feel like they should get somebody to help him out. I know Deontay Foreman's hurt, but I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think their defense. You saw Eli's face when he took that sack last game. You know what I mean? And that was against the Cowboys. Like, when you had Jadeveon and JJ, like, I don't know, they're always hurt. Either one's playing, one's not, but both of them playing spells an L for the Giants. So I'm gonna go with the Texans.
I think I'm going to go with the Texans as well. I feel like with the Texans, they didn't gel in preseason. I think none of them played in preseason at all. So going straight into week 1, they was going to have some woes because the chemistry wasn't there of playing. You was in training camp, but you didn't play for 4 weeks. You didn't play for almost a month of live football. So that's where I feel like it came into play. But you did see glimpses of it against the Tennessee Titans, what that offense can actually do. The thing is that the defense got to step it up. Y'all let Dion Lewis, a small back, and Derrick Henry run all over y'all. Mm-hmm. So knowing that Watt and Clowney was in the game. So with that being said, I'm sitting here like, what is going on with this Texans defense? And that's where I think the Giants might have an upper hand in that, because what corner on that Texas D could actually cover Odell? That's my thing. Who could cover Odell on there, and who's going to cover, Barkley outside of the backfield? But I still have the Texans winning this game. I just think their offense is just more explosive than the Giants. And defensively, I feel like the Giants' defense is not there yet. I think they will pick it up more within the weeks. But I feel like the Texans have a better overall defense than the Giants. So I am going with the Texans. I'm gonna go 23. I'm trying to get the Giants the benefit of the doubt because Barkley. So I'm gonna go like 20. I'm not 23. I'm gonna go 27. I'm gonna go 27-20. I just don't like the corners of the Texans. The Texans' corners is just not that great to me. So I think Eli might have some success with them as well. So we got so we all picked the Texans to win. And we got 2 more 1:00 games. But the next 1:00 game, we got a division rival. The Jacksonville Jaguars are home against the Tennessee Titans. This is going to be a good game. It's a very good game.
Yeah. I got the Jags winning. They still hot right now. Tennessee, Mariota isn't still playing, I don't think. Did he play last week? Mariota didn't play last week.
No, he didn't play last week.
Yeah. Tennessee can't function without Mariota. Derrick Henry, they need to get a running game together.
I wouldn't say function because I mean they did beat the Texans last week.
My bad. Phone call. They got to get Derrick Henry involved in the game. He's not as running that like I thought he was last season when he worked when they had him and DeMarco. It was a 1-2 punch. They got to get something going. But I do like Jacksonville. The defense is still there. Bortles, he's still iffy for me. Like one game he be hot and one game he be cold. Like I don't know what it is about Bortles. Like I don't know what it is. But he finds a way to win it. That catch that Keenan Cole made last week. Oh my God. Woo!
That was crazy.
So he got weapons around him. He just got to keep going. So I got Jacksonville. Then there's no contest here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the same as no contest at all. Tell you the truth, Jags might be the number one team in football right now. Probably not on paper, but on play, I'd say the Jaguars are number one, even though I thought they would take a step back, because they lost their receivers. Leonard Fournette has been injured, nagging injuries he's had, and they still pulled it off. You're able to shut down Tom Brady, take Gronk completely out the game, and I have Gronk in 3 leagues. He got me 3 points. You know what I mean? And Jalen Ramsey wasn't even on him. That was Boyette. So for them to be able to shut down the Patriots at will, the Titans have no chance. I mean, if they get a touchdown, it's going to be on like a return punt or something like that, or some okey doke play. But I mean, I'll give them a touchdown though. I say 28-7 Jags. And Bortles, I like Bortles a lot. I know he's been inconsistent, but he's one of my favorite quarterbacks because a lot of people like to hate on him. But, I mean, 2 years ago, he had the best year of his career. And, I mean, he never really had well, no, I'm not going to say never had. He did have Allen Robinson. He had Blackman for like a year, maybe
Allen Hurns
half a year. Yeah, Hurns. But to tell you the truth, I think Bortles actually made those receivers. Now, I'm not going to that's something just wild that I'm going to say, but I really think that Bortles helped those receivers out. Keelan Cole is his number one guy now. Think about it. They haven't really been using their other receivers. DJ Chark, I don't even think has a reception yet. But just Keelan Cole, Safarian Jenkins in the red zone, Fournette running their defense, hawking. I think Jags might be the best team in football, and I say 28-7 Jags.
I'm going to put it out there. If Josh Gordon can get a job, Dez Bryant can get a job. Yeah. Jacksonville, you got to make the call. Because, D.D. Westbrook is okay. Cool. He's not a Dez Bryant. Keelan Cole, he's good, but he's not a Dez Bryant. I'm gonna just put it out there. But I have to agree that I think Jacksonville Jaguars are the best team in football right now. Just defensively, my thing with the offense is can those wide receivers hold up for the next when it gets tough?
Right.
Because, mind you, Mike Vrabel he's a defensive mind over in Tennessee. He's going to have that defense riled up to get – because if Fournette doesn't play, then that hurts the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, definitely.
That hurts them because don't get me wrong, TJ Yeldon, he's good, but he's not a Leonard Fournette. He can't give you that pound for pound, that second and third that you need, or that 3rd and 1. He can't get you that. Right. Leonard Fournette can get you that. So that's my only thing with Jacksonville. On the Tennessee side, you have to have Mariota, period. Now, I understand that y'all won, but now they have a different kind of style of play now because of the 1-2 punch of Derrick Henry and Dion Lewis. Dion Lewis is more of a receiver than a runner, but if you do put him on a stretch play or off-tackle play, absolutely, yeah. He can score like that. But I do have I've still got to go with Jacksonville here. I mean, I know it's both attributes are great, but I do like Jacksonville better than Tennessee. It's definitely if it's no Mariota. If it's Mariota, it might just be a game. But if it's no Mariota, I got this in no contest as well. We wouldn't even want to say the scores because we no contest.
That's just a check. You know what I mean? Like that's a check.
It's in Jacksonville too, so.
Oh yeah. You'd be surprised if somebody don't get killed in that game. That's all I'm saying. One of those QBs is gonna get hurt.
I know, right? It's gonna be a real tough game to look at.
Yeah.
Defensively, it's gonna be a real tough game. So the last 1:00 game that we have on our list here is Kansas City at home against the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh Lord, Patrick! All I gotta do is Patrick Mahomes is the real deal right now. He's leading. Right now. He's leading in touchdowns. The boy got a cannon. He got weapons around him. Especially Tyreek Hill. Once Tyreek Hill getting open, it's a wrap. Ain't nobody catching him. Nobody's catching him. Then you got Hunt that can run out there too. The defense is okay. I mean, I thought it was going to be a bigger blowout with Kansas City with the Pittsburgh. I'm shocked that Pittsburgh came back like that. But Mahomes, to still watch out for him. I think he might either. I don't know if he's the first 2 games, but I still like them beating San Fran. I do think it'll be a big game for KC. I give them at least in the 30s. I give San Fran 2 touchdowns.
Oh, you really underestimated 49ers right there. But let me tell you something right now. Matt Breida, he had over 120 yards rushing last week. Against who they played last week? Who the 49ers played last week?
It was the 49ers and
they played Washington. They didn't play Washington.
It's Washington.
Yeah. And Breida went off against a good front line for the Washington Redskins. I felt like I'm calling this an upset. I'm calling it an upset just because of Kansas City's defense. There's nobody to cover over there. I felt like Garoppolo could terrorize their defense to shreds. This is going to be a high-scoring game. This is going to be over 50. Garoppolo's going to go off. Patrick Mahomes is going to go off. I could see them as a bold prediction. I think both of them going to have 4 touchdowns each because both of their defenses is just not that good. My thing is this. If they shut down Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, who's their next receiver? That's my issue with Kansas City. Dez Bryant, call him. Call him. That's another one. Call him. No. Patrick Mahomes and Dez Bryant, just think about that.
Yeah, Richard Sherman over there too.
Richard Sherman on Tyreek Hill. Yeah. That's going to be a great matchup, but I'm going with the upset here. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in Jimmy G. I'm a believer in a close game. This will not be a blowout.
You taking Jimmy G?
I'm taking yes, I am taking Tom Brady's understudy. Yes, I am. I'm going 30-27 49ers.
I do think it'll be a close game. I'm going to roll with the Chiefs. I'm not a Jimmy G believer. I just don't see it. I don't see it. You know what I mean? Like, I know everybody like to hype him up, the last couple years. Like, last year, he definitely, won out as a starter. I understand they beat a tough Jacksonville team last year. But I just don't see it, man. He reminds me of, like, a negative Joe Flacco. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, like, as far as, like, going off, I don't see it. I feel like he's a good game manager. He'll give you a couple long passes, but I really don't believe in Jimmy G as much. I'm not going to say yet from what I've seen. I don't believe in him, but he's going to have to do a lot to prove me wrong. But he does win games. I think this game's going to be close. I'll call it 26-20 Chiefs. I think Pat Mahomes is going to go off. Kareem Hunt hasn't been a big factor in the run game. I mean, receiving, he's been nice. I think Kareem Hunt gets going. I'll give him his first 100-yard game of the year, rushing the ball. I think Pat Mahomes comes down to earth a little bit. I gave him 2 touchdowns and a pick, but I think this is going to be a Kareem Hunt game. And Breida, I like Breida a lot. I feel like he could snap. The Chiefs' defense has been playing terrible, but as bad as they've been playing, they're getting Eric Berry back this game. for what it's worth. And I feel like the offense is just too good. I think Pat Mahomes can definitely be in the running for MVP at the end of the year. I think the good QBs will start to pull away. But Pat Mahomes has been lights out, 10 TDs, no picks. I'm going to go with the hot QB. I'm going to say Chiefs win 26-20.
Chiefs win, huh? So it's two y'all that got the Chiefs win. I got the 49ers. I had to go out on a limb. I'm a true believer of the 49ers. I just like how they doing things over there. They not giving up. They not quitting, and I just like what they doing over there so far. I mean, they only got one win under the but I feel like this is gonna be a good game. So we're now in the 4:00 slate. It's only a few games. Like I think it's like 4 games in the. No, it's 3 games in the 4:00 slate, and then you have the Sunday night game. So the 4:05 slate we have is the LA Chargers going into the LA Rams. This is not even an away game. This is a home game for both of these
teams, right?
This is a home game for both of them, but the Rams play at the Coliseum and the Chargers play at a soccer field, which I don't understand why. I don't never like the Chargers anyway because they're a division rival. I hate the Chargers, but I had to like Melvin Gordon because I got him on my fantasy.
Melvin is
I'm gonna put it out there right now in fantasy football. He is the best running back in fantasy football.
Definitely.
And there's no way that everybody goes after Le'Veon Bell like this one here and regrets it, right, Trevor? You regret it?
Yeah, I definitely regret it. Even though I did pick up James Conner, I definitely regret it. Like if I would have known the holdout would have been like this, but that's the difference.
But I think me getting Melvin Gordon was like the best. I love me picking up Melvin Gordon, but let's just go into this game here. The Rams is they are the best team in the NFC. I'm sorry, I think they are loaded on offense. They're loaded definitely on defense with Sue and Darnold and Talib and Marcus Peters and that collect. The only thing they like really weak at is the linebacker position, but I like what Jared Goff is doing with Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods and Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is another one too that he's just unstoppable. Like no matter how many people you put in the box with him, swing it out to him. Do a stretch play with him. Like he's just one of those guys that he can average at least 6 yards a carry. The offensive line is doing it for him right now, and they're doing it for Jared Goff. So with that being said, I actually do like the Rams winning this game, but I'm not taking nothing away from Phillip Rivers because Phillip Rivers is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL with Keenan Allen, with Melvin Gordon, and what's the tight end's name that just came back?
Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates and Hunter Henry is coming back too. So he's going to have some weapons there. I think this is going to be a good West Coast game. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I feel like Phillip Rivers is going to choke. So I got the Rams winning. I got them winning 28-20. 28-20.
What did I say? Pay the man, right? Pay the man. Y'all paid Aaron Donald. So you paid him, right? So he's gonna do his job. The Rams defense is amazing. You got Donald, you got Sue, and then the secondary. Yeah, like you said, they are a team to beat in the NFC. They got. I think they had a division lock, but I do got the not the Chargers. I got the Rams beating the Chargers. No counting off of Rivers. It should be close. It should. I think this one will be close. It's definitely not going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a shootout. Because you got one of the two best backs back there between Gurley and Gordon. They're going to score, so it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. But I got the Rams by at least like a field goal.
See, me, I'm going to call this an upset. I like the Rams a lot, but for some reason, something's telling me the Chargers are going to pull it out. I say 24-21. I like Melvin Gordon a lot. From what I read, he scored, I think, the second most touchdowns in all of football near the goal line. I think they find a way to pull it out. I like Eckler a lot too. He's not talked about as much. But in the receiving game for the Chargers, I feel like he's helped toughen up the receiving stats that are lost by the tight ends. But for some reason, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm going to go 24-21. And it's going to be close. I like the Rams a lot, but I think it's going to be close. That's going to be my upset. I wanted to pick at least one upset game, and that's my upset right there.
Chargers over the Rams. Nakia, you picked the Rams as well, didn't you? Or you picked the Chargers?
No, I picked the Rams.
All right. So we're going to go to the next game, and we got the Seattle Seahawks at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Seahawks. I know. But I think the Seahawks redeemed themselves. They're down 0-2 as well. I don't know what's going on with Russell. I don't know what their running game is. What is it? Carson and Penny back there. Russell got to find a way you got to find a way. I think they redeemed themselves this week against Dallas. We know Dallas defense is trying to look like a defense. They got to get Zeke involved. Look, Dallas, bring back Dez. You ain't got who you throwing to. You shouldn't have let him go. But I think Seattle finds a way to pull it out because Dallas is an accident. Dallas is an accident waiting to happen. So Dallas somehow loses it.
I'm going with Seattle as well. I don't see Dallas winning this game at all. Dak Prescott ain't nothing without Dez Bryant and Jason Witten. That's just a fact there. And Seattle's defense, they still the 12th man. They're probably gonna have them playing. Their offensive line ain't nothing for Zeke right now, and I don't see Dallas winning. Dallas barely got a win over a terrible New York Giants team that couldn't move the football. So Russell Wilson, if that line can block, he could do what you got to do for him. So I'm going. I have the Giants, not the Giants. I have the Seahawks winning, beating Dallas. Dak is going to at least throw at least 3 interceptions. That is my bold prediction. I just don't see the receivers there. I mean, it's just nothing there for me to say. I don't like Dallas in this game at all. So I am going with the Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks 21-14 Seahawks.
Now me, I'm gonna have to take the over on that. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys just because I feel like Dak's starting to hit his groove. I feel like Russell's been running for his life. His offensive line has just been disgusting. Pass blocking, run blocking. I have Chris Carson on all my fantasy teams. I thought he was gonna go off. Last game they played him in the first half, didn't run him once in the second half. He's just been on special teams. For some reason, Pete Carroll had him on special teams. I feel like the Cowboys' front line is just going to destroy them. I really do. I really think the Cowboys are going to take the game. I say 24-17 just because of Russell's magic. But I'm going to say 24-17 Cowboys.
All right. And then we got the 425 game. Arizona Cardinals are at home against the Chicago Bears. This is a no contest for me as well. They got Bradford back there. Play the young kid, Josh Rosen. Stop playing. Play him because Bradford ain't doing it for you. Bradford just need to retire. He got two bad knees and a bad ankle and a bad hand and a bad arm. I just don't know. I just don't know what you.
Bradford just needs to go.
He just needs to go. The Cardinals look bad. And I just like what the Bears is doing. I know they got Khalil Mack, but their offense, they got some weapons around Trubisky with Allen Robinson, Tariq Cohen, Jordan Howard, and they got a nice little tight end position. But the defense is top 10. The defense is top 10, and the defense can get to the football. So I got the Bears in no contest here. Trubisky is going to go off. He's going to throw 4 touchdowns, and it's not going to be a pretty sight for Arizona. That's just me. I just like Trubisky better. I just like the overall team better than Arizona's.
It's like I feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald because he's been there for so long and he's been to the Super Bowl once. And just like he's one of the guys that's like I want him to have a ring. It's like, he needs to feel that experience. He's been there since the time he got drafted. But they can't stop the Bears. They offense, they got a nice offense. Trubisky, he's in the second year. He's still gonna get better. He still has to worry about completing passes, like them little short completions that he should have made last game. Monday night he should have made. He needs to, he'll focus more on accuracy more. But he has running backs. He got Cohen. He got Howard back there. He got Trey Burton, who's a young tight end. He gets to get away from Sullick. I mean, not Sullick. Zach Ertz when he was in Philly. So, but he's the man now, the tight end. And then that defense, besides Matt, you got Danny Trevathan, Amukamura back there. Like, they have a good stout defense overall, and Cardinals ain't doing nothing. They're not. I'll be shocked if they even score.
I agree.
This is going to be the game where Rosen actually gets his first start, his first playing time. Bradford is going to look like Sammy Sleeves out there. Again, with Khalil Mack, he's going to be Sammy Sleeves. That's what he's going to be remembered as. Josh Rosen comes in the third quarter. Bears are going to dominate this game. Trubisky's been struggling a little bit. I feel like they need to get Jordan Howard going. Once they get Jordan Howard going, Trey Burton too. I mean, I applaud the coach for getting him involved on the goal line with the little shovel pass against the Seahawks. I do like Trey Burton a lot. I think the Bears win it. Khalil Mack is going to feast. Josh Rosen will be in starting. I think they give Bradford a little bit more respect just because of the money that they're paying him. So I say Rosen comes in fourth quarter, starts the next game they play.
Rosen comes in the fourth quarter and he got to go up against Khalil Mack. That is bad.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be bad. I feel like it is gonna be bad. I think they'll try to run the ball. Hopefully, try to run the ball. They'll try not to show off Rosen too much at that point. But I think in order for them to progress, they have to start Rosen. I mean, unless they want to tank for this year, I'm going Rosen. I'm going to start him sooner than later. He has the swag. He has the cockiness, you know what I mean, that he wants to be the best QB in the league. He has a chip on his shoulders. He has a lot he wants to prove. I feel like you start him now. Larry's unfortunately fading out. I think he's been like non-existent with Bradford. At least he'll give them a fighting chance or something different than what the Cardinals have been looking like previously.
Right. And all right, so we all picked the Bears and no contest there. So we got the Sunday night football game. Matt Patricia is home against his old team, the New England Patriots. I still don't see – I see this as a contest, but I see it as a no contest. I just don't know the Lions' defense. I just don't care for it. Matthew Stafford got them back in the game. Not the defense. Stafford got them back in the game against the 49ers, which I think they should have won the game. But it's Tom Brady. He just got Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon I think he's cleared to play this week. Hopefully he is. You just can't count out Brady. No, you couldn't count him out last week against Jacksonville. You just couldn't count him out. And I know, Matt Patricia, you've been around Brady. You know how he plays. You know how they run their stuff. Understood. But you don't have the players to run that defense like you did in New England. You don't have the skilled players that you drafted in New England over in Detroit. So I'm going 28-10 Patriots. Brady's going to go off and have a bounce back.
Blowout game. I don't even see, like I said, Detroit lucky to score a couple field goals. I give them. They don't have the personnel to match up with Brady.
Yeah, same for me. I'm going to say 28-7 or 31-7 Patriots. They're going to destroy. I mean, Gronk is a beast. I'll give Gronk 3 TDs. I mean, I don't know about the yardage, but the TDs he's definitely going to have. It's going to be a blowout, 31-7. 31-10 just because I like Stafford, but the defense is just garbage.
Yeah, it's just bad. What was your score for this game, Nakia?
We going 31-6. They get a couple field goals for me.
Not even a touchdown.
They're not getting no touchdowns. You lucky they get in field goal range. I'm being generous. I'm giving them 6.
Well, we got the last game of the week. Last game, Monday Night Football. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ryan Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic. I'm calling it right now. They're going to beat Pittsburgh. I'm calling it. I know Ben Roethlisberger is going to go off. James Conner might just go off. Cool. But who's going to get the win? Fitzmagic. Because the Steelers defense is not that good. All they have is what? J.J. Watt's little brother? TJ. That's all they have. I don't know what else they have on defense.
Nope. Apple. Was it? They got another Apple. I don't even know, but
they don't know who he is. Don't care to know who he is. At the end of the day, Deshaun Jackson, Mike Evans, Cameron Brate. What?
O.J. Howard.
Like the offense is more. I think the offense is better off with Fitzmagic than it is with Jameis Winston.
Definitely.
Period. I feel as though that this is going to be a good game, but Fitzmagic is going to find a way to win, and that's what it's going to be. I have Tampa Bay winning over Pittsburgh. I'm going to go 31-28.
So you gotta keep riding Fitz. Boy, it's hot. Like, he's a seasoned veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's been in Tampa Bay's offense for a while. If Jameis comes back, let him get on the mic and call in plays, because that's all he's gonna be doing. Unless Fitzpatrick starts playing like garbage, then you put Winston in. But you're going to be riding with Fitz until whenever, because Winston not getting it no time soon. But yeah, they got too many weapons, and they're going to torch Pittsburgh secondary. Until they need, the only thing Tampa don't really have is a running game. It's all right. Once they find that piece, that running back, I know they probably miss Doug Martin. They got Rodgers. They like more like third down guys.
Yeah, him and Peyton Barber is the running backs for Tampa Bay. Jacquizz Rodgers and Peyton Barber.
Right. They need that. They need that bowling ball with feet that can get them some yardage. They like more third down backs where they can catch out the backfield, little things like that. But other than that, they're pretty much solid. The defense isn't bad. I like Jared McCoy. They got a couple. They got Vinny Curry and Bo Allen over there. So defense is sound. But I do like Tampa. They're gonna torch Pittsburgh. So yeah, it's gonna be. I say about 30, 35, 37 maybe. I give Pittsburgh 2. Put 14. Unless Ben finds a way to get the offense going. Without no Le'Veon, it's hard. Not knocking James Conner. He's good. You still got AB, but Jesse James came to play. You got Vance McDonald, but I still don't think that offense for Pittsburgh is going to do it.
Well, there you have it for our week 3 picks. Definitely tune into all the games this weekend. It's going to be a very exciting week. I want to thank Trevor for coming on to the Spotlight Sports Talk. Definitely look out for his podcast, which will he have up, going on next week. We are collaborating with him in his podcast show as well. So I want to thank Trevor. I want to thank Nakia for getting on Spotlight Sports Talk. And comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know who your picks is for week 3. And we see y'all next week for week 4 picks. And we're going to do some daily fantasy football stuff as well. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And we see y'all in the next video. And we see y'all next week. We out of here.
Yo.